If you're serious about investing in real estate, you've come to the right place. It's a tough and yet very rewarding business, but to succeed, you really have to know your stuff. My name is Tom Lundstedt, and I first learned about real estate investing way back when I was a rookie Major League Baseball player. We didn't make the millions of dollars today's players do, not even close. Plus, I wasn't that great of a player, so I spent most of my time sitting in the bullpen where the pitchers and catchers who aren't playing go. And luckily, there was an old pitcher on our team. I think he was about 35, who had done pretty well investing in real estate. While the games were going on, he and I would talk about investing, and that really fired me up. As a matter of fact, it fired me up so much that I've been involved in buying, owning, managing, and speaking about rental property ever since. I've spoken to more than 2,500 real estate audiences from sea to shining sea, and I'm always amazed at how, even though things like interest rates, rents, expenses, and local markets are always changing, the fundamentals of real estate investing remain constant. To help people master these fundamentals, I've developed a series of CDs and study guides. They aren't a bunch of get-rich-quick baloney, they're the real deal. The fundamentals are time-tested and true, and they're a must for anyone who plans to succeed as a real estate investor. At the website, howtoinvestinrealestate.org, you'll see a sample of some of the information found in my CD programs. By using a terrific one-page, easy-to-use investment property worksheet, I'll show you how to analyze a property before you buy to determine if it makes financial sense. Topics such as cash flow, tax shelter, depreciation, cap rates, and return on equity will all be covered. We'll even cover how to use your IRA to buy and sell real estate. I can't believe how few people know they can do that. Now, before we go any further, I've got to put in a disclaimer. We're going to discuss some important tax issues, and I want to make it clear right up front that I'm not engaged in rendering legal, accounting, or other professional services. Everyone's situation is unique. So, before you take any action, please take the ideas you learn here and discuss them with your tax manager to see how they fit your unique situation. I'm saying tax manager on purpose. I'm talking about someone who help you manage your tax situation, not just prepare your tax return. So, let's get going. Whether you're a rookie investor or a seasoned pro, once the dust settles, I hope this website, plus the CDs and study guides, will help turn you into an all-star real estate investor. Okay, let's get started. What you're seeing here is part of a seminar I presented to a group of realtors. We use the investment property worksheet to analyze the 4 financial benefits of owning a rental property. Those 4 benefits are cash flow, principal reduction, income tax savings, and appreciation. In this second chapter, we'll talk about principal reduction. We'll be using the same example that we use in each of the other chapters. A woman named Janet who is considering the purchase of a $130,000 small apartment building. The terms require $18,000 cash invested and a loan of $112,000 at an interest rate of 9.5%. The payments are $945 per month. Now, don't get all hung up about all the minute details or whether these numbers would be realistic in your specific area. Just follow along and concentrate on how it all works. Once you know how it all works, you can apply these same techniques to any rental property in any market, big or small. Here we go.
Second benefit, principal reduction. What do we mean by principal reduction? Well, this debt service, let's repeat the debt service, that $11,340, that debt service made up of 2 things. What? Principal and interest. If we take the time to amortize that loan, and remember, amortize is a 3-syllable word. It's the second most mispronounced word in our business. What's the first? First leads by a mile. Realtor. Realtor. The word is not realtor, it's realtor. Now, we all know that in here, but how many of you know someone who actually claims to be one? Who pronounces it realtor, or the double whammy. They say, I'm a realtor with XYZ realty. That's by far the most mispronounced. The next time you hear somebody in the real estate business say they're a realtor, you look them right in the eye and tell them they ought to have their head examined by a doctor. Now that's by far the most mispronounced. The second most mispronounced is amortize. It's not amortize or amortize. It's amortize. Muerte. Anybody speak Spanish in here? Muerte. What's it mean? Death. To kill. Amort. We're killing off the loan. When I played baseball in Venezuela, the fans used to yell, amort the umpire. When I played, they used to yell, amort the umpire and the catcher. We're amortizing the loan. Should I tell you about the time the umpire threw up on my neck? Has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're amortizing the loan now. If you take the time to amortize this loan, you'll find $10,609 of that is interest in the first year. $10,609. What that means is the difference, $731, is principal. All that means is after 1 year, Janet wouldn't owe $112,000 anymore. She owes $112,000 less the $731. She owes $111,300 or whatever it be. And you think, come on, so what's the big deal? Well, it is a big deal. Who paid that for her? The tenants did. The tenants paid her loan down $731. She just doesn't get the money till when? She sells or maybe refinances, right? It's not a current benefit, but absolutely it's a benefit. If you don't think it's a benefit, take it to the extreme. What if this was a $112,000 30-year mortgage, and she kept that property for 30 years? What would she have at the end of 30 years besides an old building and really old tenants? An old paid-for building that who paid for? Those old tenants. Those old tenants are saying, Janet, we'd like to buy you the building. Are we going to say no? And yet most of us do say what? No. Oh, no. They might call me up. Well, they ought to be able to call you up once in a while. They're buying you a building, for heaven's sakes. $731. Now you show this to Janet. You say, Janet, come on. You got to buy this thing. Look how good that is. What's she going to say? Real world. She's going to say, come on. You want me to put $18,000 of my hard-earned money into this? Worry about it all year. I end up with $1,425. Then you tell me I get $731 in principal, but I don't get that till I sell. I could put the $18,000 in the bank and do that well, and I wouldn't have to worry about a thing. And you would say to her what? You would say that's only 2 out of the 4 benefits. We might decide it's lousy, but we got to decide it's good or bad based on all 4 benefits. So we got to keep going.
What you've just watched is one small section of my investment real estate seminar. In the full seminar, I show you how to use the investment property worksheet to analyze the 4 financial benefits of rental property. Those 4 financial benefits are cash flow, principal reduction, income tax savings, and appreciation. The beauty is you can do all that analysis before you buy to make sure the property makes financial sense and you're not paying too much. In this section, we dealt with principal reduction. Be sure to go to my website, howtoinvestinrealestate.org, for some great information about how to calculate each of the remaining benefits. I promise you'll learn something and maybe even get a few laughs. If you're already at that website, keep reading and we'll move on to the next topic.